Welcome to the jungle, Pittsburgh. No, Axel isn't late. He's not showing up. He's not going to do his thing from a chair on stage or anything.
Clearly, you got some sort of an issue here, and we'll get to the bottom of it eventually.
Not only that, this is the play before where Clowney hits him and drives him to the ground. You see that right hand is, I don't know if that added to it, but as soon as he made that last stroke, kind of clutched his hand.
The show must go on, though, and the backup singer might not be so bad. And it's not like the lead singer for Styx is the original these days in Pittsburgh either.
Another pass broken up, and that's part of the problem for Pittsburgh. Last week against Green Bay, they went 8 straight possessions going 3 and out, and that's something that has to be corrected for this offense to get fully in motion.
Get ready for a 30-27 game because on paper it should be a defensive don't blink contest. Use 21 as your generic baseline, right? For a defense playing well or not. Pittsburgh hasn't given up 21 in 6 straight games.
Throws it to the end zone. Intercepted by Casey. Casey got a little crazy.
Taking on a Bengals squad without Joe Shiesty at QB.
Everything seemed, according to the Bengals, fine, but here he was on the sideline, in agony, back in the locker room right now.
So no, this isn't Andy Dalton versus Big Ben. Pittsburgh's QB, Kenny Pickett, last week, 106 yards, 3.8 yards per attempt, so a bad back is better. Rating of 62.5, rating under 90 4 straight games.
Knocked away at the last moment, Deontay Johnson.
Bengals fans are like, we're not worried. The passing attack is fine. JB's still back there. Everything's good.
Good job by Jake Browning in rhythm, a couple hitches, and a good ball to the technician that time, Trenton Irwin.
It's got to be a good luck sign that Burrow's backup is Jake Browning. That's just science. And let's not overlook the fact Browning versus an elite Baltimore secondary, a 93.8 rating, a touchdown, and no picks.
Winding to the 2-minute warning. It's caught, 30-yard line.
Browning would benefit if they could get T. Higgins back. He was out last week. Browning did at least connect with Jamar Chase on his 1 TD.
We know Jamar Chase can do that with Joe Burrow with his eyes closed, but here he shows he can do it with the backup quarterback in Browning as well.
Chase only had 12 yards on 7 targets. Tyler Boyd only had 22 yards, again, versus a team that had elite numbers versus quarterbacks. But as we said, Pittsburgh does too, and last week versus a quarterback with a similar resume, they held Amari Cooper to 34 yards on 8 targets.
Thompson Robinson up in the air. Incomplete. Cooper in a matchup with Porter.
Joe Mixon maybe gets more play now. He did put up 4.2 a run on Baltimore last week, 69 yards.
And exploiting a very narrow hole there is Joe Mixon.
Also had 5 receptions and a TD as well.
Reaching down, making the grab and taking it to the end zone goes Joe Mixon.
Between being Browning's safety valve and his own rushing abilities, he has the potential to be the focal point to Cincinnati's offense while Browning tries to get his feet under him.
Screen is set up, and Mixon is able to one-hand.
Pittsburgh's defense weaker versus runners compared to passers. However, they held Cleveland to 3.3 a run on 29 attempts last week.
The give for Ford, and nothing doing. Steelers were ready.
Steelers' own run game should get a heavy dose. Jaylen Warren last week, 74-yard run, TD, 129 yards overall. He's been a key to the games they've competed in or won this season.
Jaylen Warren's got a big gain, and they break the seal. Touchdown, Steelers.
Najee Harris was quiet last week, and look at this. The Bengals did not handle Baltimore's ground game well last week, didn't handle Ravens' running backs well specifically, and haven't all year. 4.6 allowed to running backs in 2023. Only one team has allowed more to that position.
And Edwards brings power, but as you see there, he brings vision and quickness to be able to cut that all the way back to the right.
The Cincinnati pass defense Pickett faces gave up 121.3 rating to Lamar Jackson last week, 2 touchdowns, no picks. No team has given up a higher yard per completion figure, and they're no better in yards per attempt. Last week, their best corner, Cam Taylor-Britt, got dinged for a touchdown and a rating near 150, 75 yards.
And then Cam Taylor-Britt just lost Bateman in one-on-one coverage.
He and the rest of their secondary are not a soft unit, though. 12 INTs is a fat number. They're holding QBs to a mid-80s rating and a low completion percentage.
Allen picked up. Cam Taylor Taylor Britt.
Pass rush was without Sam Hubbard last week. They need him back. Trey Hendrickson went solo and all Miley Cyrus for a while, a sack and 2 TFLs before he started seeing double and triple teams the rest of the night.
And Hendrickson is as good as anybody on third down when he's such a quick get off. And that first step got him around the corner to come up with that sack.
He was in there like a wrecking ball, half a sack in every game save one. Pittsburgh's pass rush, armed with Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith, TJ Watt, of course, just 1 sack last week. That was TJ's.
Thompson Robinson steps up, and he's brought down. TJ Watt down low for the sack.
They got quick past a lot, kept them at bay for the most part. Take it away in the comment section. Your takes are the real gold, but predictions are fun to look at, right?